Alright, in this video you're going to get to try out the skill of multiplying polynomials. Let me back it out for a minute to make sure you can see the title so that you can put it in your notes. This is going to be multiplying polynomials. Now you try. I'm going to zoom in real quick for you, get real close for you so that you can have some examples that you can try. I'll back that out one more. Now, you'll notice that in this one there's lots of examples. You'll also notice there are some that have dots, such as number 2 and number 4. I have some over here with number 3 and 5. And then I have some down the left-hand side as well. Make sure that you do those first, or make sure you've done those before you come back to work through the problems with me. So in this case, we've already done number 1 a while ago in our other video. So I want you to do 2 through 5. And then I want you to try some at the bottom down here. I'm going to come back and work some of them with you. And I'm going to do some of the ones with the dots. So here's what I want you to do. Work some on your own. And then come back and unpause the video. And you and I will do some together. So pause the video now. Try some. And then we'll come back and try. Alright, let's see how we did. I'm going to zoom this out so we make sure we have plenty of room to see. And I'm going to go ahead and push that up there a little bit since we already know the title. Let's try a couple of them, see what we get. Let's try number 2. X squared plus, that's t squared plus 7t in parentheses multiplied by t plus 2. Now remember, it's multiplication, so it's first time everybody and then the second one times. So t squared times t is t to the third. T squared times 2 is 2t squared. Now, it might be helpful for you to make sure you put your lines in so you don't leave, that you don't miss any of them. So t to the third, 2t squared. Now the next one is plus 7t squared. That's these two. And then these two are going to be plus 14t. Now we're going to put partners together. T to the third is the highest I see, and that's the only one. So there's that one. Oops, I marked it out. Let's do that again. T to the third. And I see that these two both have t squared, so I can add them together. Plus 2 and plus 7 is plus 9t squared. Those are gone. And I have a plus 14t. That's all there is to it. T to the third, t to the second, t. None of the numbers have anything alike, so there's my answer. Let's try one more. Hopefully you got that one. If you didn't, let's see if you got number 3. N plus 5 multiplied by n squared minus n plus 2. Alright, so these two together are n to the third. And this is minus n squared. Now that one's a little confusing. Let's make sure we get this. This is a 1, and this is a 1. So 1 times 1 is 1, but it's 1 and negative 1, so it becomes negative. Add the powers together, into the first and into the first, into the second. So it's minus n squared. You can put in the 1 or not. It doesn't matter. Then I'm going to take this and I'll multiply it by the last one. 2 times n to the first is 2 n to the first. So I did n times this one, n times this one, and n times this one, and that's what I get. So let's go to the 5. That's plus 5n squared. The next one is plus 5 and minus n. Multiplying, that's minus 5n. Again, if you're not quite sure, check your basic rules. Positive and a negative multiplied together give you negative. And then plus 5 and plus 2 multiplied is plus 10. Now all I have to do is put my partners together. N to the third, and that's all I have is n to the third. I've already used him. N squared and n squared, that's a 1. Minus 1 and plus 5 is plus 4n squared. So I'm really just adding the things together that are alike. N to the first, there's another n to the first, plus 2n. Minus 5 is minus 3n to the first. And I can put the 1 or not. It's never printed, so I'll put it correctly. If you put the 1, it's not wrong. It's just that's the best way to write it. Plus 10 is all that's left. So I marked them out as I went along. And there's my answer. You got that? Congratulations, you're doing great. If you're not quite sure, you may check with your teacher or someone to help you and tell them this is what I'm not understanding so that you can get this one straight. Now the ones at the bottom are a little bit more confusing, so I want to make sure I did this with you. Let me define a few terms real quick. You may have thought as you work this, I don't know what perimeter and area are. Well, then let's learn those words real quick. Let's say this is my yard and my house is right here. And I want to put a fence all the way around my yard. Well, this is the perimeter. Okay? The perimeter means to go around the outside. Go around the outside. So if I'm going to put a fence in, I need the fence to go all the way around my yard. So I'm going to buy a whole lot of fencing to go around the yard. So let's just play a game here for a second. Let's say this is 30 feet. And this is 70 feet, and this is 30 feet, and this is 70 feet. So it's an exact rectangle. How much would I need? Well, if I start right here and I walk all the way around, that is 30 and 70, that's 100. That's 130, and 70 is 200. I would have to get 200 feet of fence to make it all the way around. So when it talks about in number 13 up here, about find the perimeter, you're going to be adding things together. Area is a little bit different. Let's say this is still my house and my yard, but it's been really hot and my grass died. And so it's time to put in new grass. And so I have to put in new grass in the yard. Am I going to put grass just around the outside, the perimeter? No. I'm going to have to figure out the area of where my house is. The area is the space inside. And it's going to be all of this space. I need to know how much all that space is so that I can put grass in. And so to get that, for example, it's going to be length times width. When I multiply length times width, it will get me the area of this rectangle. Well, that's not the same as the perimeter. When I had perimeter a while ago, it was length plus width plus length plus width to walk around the outside. But if I want the area, what I need is the length and width, and I multiply them together. That's the difference between question 13 and 16. So let's try out the skills and see how we did. On number 13, now if you just learned what perimeter and area are and you want to pause and try it first before I do it with you, go ahead and do that, and then come back and see if you get it. Let's do number 13. Find the perimeter. Okay, we're going to go around the outside. So I'm going to go ahead and draw a rectangle, and the length is 3x plus 6, and the width is 5x plus 2. Well, if I'm going to have the perimeter, I'm going to have to go around. So there's going to be 2 of those and 2 of those. So really what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 5x plus 2 plus another 5x plus 2. So there's 2 of them. And 3x plus 6, and another 3x plus 6. So I'm going to have all of that. Well, it's not really hard. It looks hard. It's pretty easy. I see x in all of these. Add them together. 5x and 5x is 10x. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16x used in. So I'm going to mark them out. 2 plus 2 is 4. Plus 6 is 10. Plus 6 is 16. There's my answer. Really, a question like this sounds like it's really hard. It's really not too hard if you know how to multiply or add your polynomials. In this case, it's addition. We're walking around the outside. Here's what the opposite looks like. Let's look at number 16. In number 16, it says find the area of a rectangle. A rectangle again, and it says the length is 2x plus 1 and the width is 3x plus 4. Alright, to find the area, remember we're going to find all the space inside. So if you look at your formula chart, it will tell you that the area of a rectangle is the length times the width. So you may not remember that, but it is on the formula chart. Let the formula chart help you. Length times width. So to do this one, it's going to be 3x plus 4 times 2x plus 1. Oh, we know how to do this. When you're multiplying, it's the first times both of the others. Okay, we know how to do this. So the first one is 6x squared. And this one is going to be 3x times 1 is just 3x. Let's go to the other one. 4 times 2 is 8x. And 4 times 1 is 4. Put the things together that are alike. There's x squared. There's only one of them. 6x squared. Two of those. 3x and 8x. 8 and 3 is 11x. So I put those together, and then plus 4. Now you may not have known how to do this originally, but I only did number 13 and number 16. So try 14 and 15, do it like number 13. And then try number 17 and 18, see if you can get those answers. If you struggle a little bit, find somebody that can help you, maybe your teacher, and say, this is what I don't understand, so that you know how to do it when it shows up on the tax test. Congratulations, you're doing great. Keep up the good work.